This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, discounted prices, miniaturemarket.com. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Wow, summer's almost over, and since in August I had plenty of Saxophone Serenades, I kept a few of these games. I'm going to go over just the ones that I kept and why. In chronological order, the first one was Kill Dr. Lucky. This is basically the 20th anniversary edition. They streamlined a lot of the mechanisms, they made the board and the art and all the things look really nice. In this game, essentially, everyone's going around trying to kill this Dr. Lucky, and he just has so much luck, he gets out of everyone's grasp. But as you go on the game, you get stronger and stronger. There's some interesting lines of sight, interesting things to think about. It's a family game, so to speak. I know some families have a problem with the theme of trying to kill Dr. Lucky, but it's very much comedic in that right, and same with the flavor text. So it's a fun game that sort of feels and looks like Clue, even though it doesn't play anything like it. There's not really any deduction, but you're moving around, playing cards, passing the buck to other people, and seeing if they're going to have enough luck to stop you from killing Dr. Lucky or not. A very fun game. The next one is Smugglers. This is one that's unlike anything I've ever played before, where you're basically sculpting clay balls to go down chutes, and hopefully you'll have the biggest one that actually fits. If not, if you can make your opponents guess wrong as to what you were trying to smuggle, you get it anyway. A little fun guessing game there for the kids and the families. A light family game that's unlike anything I've played. Twilight Squabble is basically a 10 to 15 minute sort of distilled version of Twilight Struggle, where it's the United States versus the USSR during the Cold War, and it does a really good job of trying to get that theme in there, but just have it very simple, but yet there's still a lot to think about. A great filler game for just 10 to 15 minutes back and forth. The next one is King Domino. This is coming out at Essen this year from Bruno Cathalas, the designer. And Blue Orange Games is putting this out. It's sort of like King Domino. You're making a kingdom with dominoes. Has a very interesting drafting mechanism where if you draft the best tile, you're gonna have the last choice the next turn, and vice versa. And you're trying to build lands that are touching each other of the same types and trying to score the most points. It's very interesting. The next one is Covert. This is from Renegade Game Studios, designed by Kane Klenko. This is a spy game. It's a Euro-style game where you're going around, you're trying to unlock codes, you're moving to different regions, you're trying to get certain missions done. There's a lot of thinkiness in this game, but man, did I love it. It had a ton of replayability, and there's just so much to think about on your turn. Yes, it has a really interesting worker placement dice mechanism where you can only place adjacent to other dice that's next to yours. Really interesting game there. Then the last one was Ultimate Showdown. This is a traditional style party game where you're trying to say, who would be the most likely to lie to their mother, Donald Trump or Darth Vader. And people are playing these cards. They're going through a bracket sort of like sports, and funny conversations happen, and you get to the end and you're trying to bet on who you think is going to win before the round even starts, and you don't know whose cards they are. It is hilarious. One of my favorite party games in a long time. So there you have it. There's all the games that I kept this month. Those were the Saxophone Serenades for August 2016. This video was sponsored by Miniature Market's Review Corner. The Review Corner features podcasts, video, and written game reviews by gamers for gamers. Miniature Market, the online gaming superstore. Thousands of board games, discounted prices. Check them out at miniaturemarket.com. I'd like to thank each and every one of you for backing me on Kickstarter, making this season become a reality. I'd like to especially thank those here that have backed me at the credit level. Now, these video reviews are also available by audio on our podcast. It's the intros and the final thoughts on GameBoyGeek.com. Click podcast.